Thank you, Martin. It really is important to really save energy wherever we can, and I think what you've shown us is really a good example of energy conservation in a very, very major public building. So our next speaker this afternoon is Ms. Amber Marie Beard, who is the project architect for China Resources Property Limited here in Hong Kong, and she's working on the renovation of a 100,000 square meter project nearby here in Wan Chai, China Resources Building. And what she's going to tell us about is how you manage stakeholders' expectations, a building owner's experience during a major retrofit. And I can just imagine that phone ringing all the time, and she's undoubtedly very busy in managing everybody's expectations. So welcome, Amber. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Amber Marie Beard with China Resources Property Limited, and I'm here to talk about the China Resources Building Sustainable Renovation Project. A little bit of a background for those of you not familiar with China Resources. We were established in 1938. We actually operate primarily on the Chinese mainland as well as here in Hong Kong. We have over 200,000 employees, and we operate in a variety of different businesses, all the way from infrastructure, utilities, textiles, pharmaceuticals, and of course, real estate. The photo that you're looking at up there is actually the China Resources Building headquarters, located right here in Hong Kong. Some of you may have noticed it on your way to the convention center because it's right on our way. It's actually kitty corner to this building. It's about 50 floors with 3 floors of underground parking. And as George said, it's 100,000 square meters. The renovation planning and design began in 2008, and we're just starting and undertaking the demolition portion and construction of the renovation right now. It's quite messy. First of all, this renovation project will be the first LEED core and shell building here in Hong Kong. The key sustainability features that we're focusing on includes maintaining over 90% of the existing building structure, as well as incorporating a high percentage of recycled and regional materials into the project, and recycling over 80% of our demolition and construction waste created by the project. We're also seeking to reduce our carbon and energy use through upgrading our existing mechanical equipment as well as lighting systems, and also installing a new high-performance facade. We're going to reduce potable water usage through the use of low flush and flow fixtures, as well as the use of seawater for all of our flushing needs in the building. In our basement level parking, we are installing car fueling stations, and we're also enhancing the indoor environment for our tenants through the use of low-emitting materials and increased ventilation rates. Now, as a member of the Wan Chai community, we are also using this renovation project to improve the pedestrian linkages between the buildings, as well as enhance the retail and dining options available to not only our tenants, but the people that live and work in this area. What are our outcomes? What do we expect? We're targeting for LEED Gold, and in fact, it was pre-certified under the USGBC LEED Core and Shell program as Gold certification. We're developing a healthy, comfortable, and productive indoor environment for our tenants, reducing our energy usage by 10%, reducing our carbon emissions by 7.5%. We're also targeting a 40% reduction in potable water usage, and we're looking at an estimated energy cost savings of 1.6 million Hong Kong dollars per year after this sustainable renovation. So why sustainable renovation? Why are we doing this? Why are we not just tearing down the building and building new? Well, first of all, our commitment is always to create a better life, and people come first in that statement. First of all, tenants. There are many tenants, many different companies and organizations that operate out of the China Resources Building. So to ask them to relocate for 4 to 6 years for a demolition and reconstruction is just not feasible for us. We also operate a Class A office building, and sustainability is an international mark of quality and excellence in in Class A office. And also, as I mentioned, community enhancement. It's enhancing those linkages between the buildings, between the community, and providing better facilities for everybody, not just our tenants. Also, of course, there's economic reasons for renovation. When we threw the numbers around, we found that the cost of replacement is actually estimated to be about 10,000 Hong Kong dollars per square meter more than renovating the building. We also estimated that there would be an obvious loss of revenue with having our tenants be gone for between 4 and 6 years. And after the sustainability renovation, we're looking at an increase of 15% in rental rates. And then there's the environmental side of the why. So reducing waste by avoiding demolition is an obvious reason. Avoiding the loss of any embodied carbon and energy already part of an existing building. Enhancing the energy performance, reducing the potable water usage, and of course reducing overall carbon emissions when this building goes back into full operation. So what are the challenges in a renovation? Okay, first of all, it's a renovation. It doesn't matter if it's sustainable or not sustainable. Renovations are tricky. They're always complicated, and they're always dirty and always messy. You never know what you're going to find in a renovation. Now, this one in particular is tricky in that it's a fully occupied building. So safety is a definite concern, navigating people around the building while it's under construction and demolition. Noise nuisances. When you are operating companies out of a building and you have people hacking away and drilling at the exterior facade, right, when you're on a conference call or you have an important meeting, it can be quite a nuisance. Also, another challenge was education and awareness for both our tenants and our contractors that were working on the project. And then finally, support. When this project began underway in 2008 with the planning and design, sustainable development had not yet been fully worked into a comprehensive government policy approach with financial incentives for developers. However, lessons learned from this project. We're only moving into our construction and demolition to realize the full renovation of this project. But first of all, be bold. It's unlike Martin's project, non-invasive is not an issue. You have to forget about the facelift and you have to go in ready to focus on the longevity and realizing that return on investment. Focus on sustainability, focus on energy efficiency, durability, constructability, and maintainability. Also, which is very important, is manage tenant expectations. They need to know what's going to be happening, and they need to know in advance. They need to know that it's going to be messy and that it's going to be dirty and how it's going to affect their day-to-day operations. We use newsletters. We also updated tenants in meeting sessions and walked them through the schedule on a week-by-week basis, always trying to give them a month look ahead at what we were doing in their building. We also provided swing space and a business center provisions for them so that if the work was too noisy for them to work in their space, that we actually had a place for them to move to. They could move their entire office there and relocate during part of the renovation process. To building awareness, tenants, it's really important, like I said, to meet with them and provide them with their expectations, but also to discuss the overall goals of this renovation project, what it means to them as well as to the environment. And contractors. Contractors play a key role in any project. And I could set multiple sustainable goals way up high in my office, but unless they get communicated to the people that are actually redeveloping this project, it will never realize itself and manifest as a sustainable project. And finally, partner up. We found that when working with the Development Opportunities Office, that they were a great tool for streamlining the coordination between the Hong Kong government and also for us. It is our hope that the sustainable project actually not only demonstrates our commitment to being a leader in sustainable development, but that it also catalyzes an increase in government support mechanisms and incentives for developers and building owners on green retrofits. We also hope that this raises awareness in general about sustainability to our tenants as well as community members and other real estate and building professionals in Hong Kong. And finally, with the statement that was made this morning, realizing that there are 400,000 existing buildings in Hong Kong, the key to actually realizing our 50 to 60% carbon reduction commitment is through sustainable renovations. So we hope that this project can be used as an educational tool for developers, building owners, and the Hong Kong government. and to use it to illustrate that indeed a sustainable renovation can be done and that it must be done to realize our ultimate vision, which is a low-carbon, high-quality life in Hong Kong. So, thank you.